Here we have the all-new 2023 Honda Accord. This one comes in the 1.5 EX trim level in the beautiful crystal black pearl, and then we have black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 192 horsepower, 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, mated to a continuously variable transmission. And as we come around to the front end here, love this new look. And it's very pilot-esque with how you have the LED daytime running lights, LED headlamps. Very luxurious, and I love how they kept this nice and gloss black, and even the black plastic bumper down there looks fantastic going with this crystal black pearl. Let me just admire those headlights one more time. I love those. Coming around to the wheels here, these are going to be 17-inch aluminum, and I love how they have that kind of sprayed gray look to them. Looks really good. We get passive keyless entry on the front, and then we have our power mirror controls here, right side, off, left side, and then you can control it by going any which way. Power door lock controls, rear window lock there. We get power windows with one touch up and down, automatic for the driver and front passenger. And then we have a pretty good sized pocket here with a bottle holder there. And there we have our 10-way power driver seat with power lumbar support. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk while we're up here. But before we check out the rear leg space, let's go ahead and look at this window sticker here. Here are all your standard features. You get quite a bit. And a huge shout out to Darrell Waltrip Honda for allowing me to review this car. Very excited about it. But let's make our way to the back. I'm already impressed. I haven't even sat in here yet. Yeah, that is really, really good space. I have the seat adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3", how I like to drive, and plenty of leg space. I feel like I'm in the back of a Mercedes right now, so very impressed with that. And then we do have a seat pocket on the back of the passenger seat. And then we still get cup holders in the center seat here. And premium dome lights in the back. Love that we have the hanger hook on the left side, and then we can use our grab handle as well. Let's go ahead and check out the gas cap next. So capless, love that. Pretty easy to use. And then as we come around to the back here, you can see some of the all-weather floor mats are already in the trunk. They just need to be put in the car. But plenty of space here. Very impressed. And then this one has the all-weather floor mat in it. And then you can lift this up, and then you have your jack there if you need to change a tire. So plenty of space. And then we're actually going to fold that rear seat down to show you how we can get even more. Just love that back end though. Very nice look. Very, very nice. And then if you want to actually open the trunk from the back, all you have to do is go right under the H and pull there. But just love how futuristic this all-new Honda Accord looks. And then you saw I pop the rear seat, and that'll fold pretty much 90 degrees flat there. And then we can just pull it back up, lock it back into place. Now to the front passenger seat, we do have 4-way manual there. And then just love how Honda has gone with this in pretty much every vehicle I've reviewed today. I've been at Honda all day. And you just have the vents hidden, and it looks like it's part of the trim. Just really cool. Lockable glove compartment down here with owner's manuals. And Honda did something really smart, I think, redesigning a lot of the fleet without necessarily doing anything crazy with the powertrain, as people have just gotten used to them, especially with the 1.5 turbo. And hopefully they hold up as well as the naturally aspirated 4-cylinders used to back in the day. But there's that 1.5T there. And let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So we get a vinyl wrap steering wheel here. Same Honda design that's in most of their fleet now. So I love the grip and just how I can hold it. And over here, the screen, I said before, really like how they did this, making it very, very easy to use just by hitting these buttons here. And there's not really much else you can do. Of course, you can hit the menu and then you can pair your phone. You can go ahead and set up your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto settings. But just really, really simple. Media, radio, phone, connect. It's just that simple. So we do get AM, FM, and then we also have Bluetooth audio, wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto. And then we can use our volume here, hit that to turn the audio off. And then we can use this as a select button and then actually go through, depending on what we're in, go through radio stations there. And then we can actually seek through them using this. And then we have our backup camera there. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And we have 3 different views. Close up, more of a wide angle, and then we have our trailer view, really. Trailer hitch view, I should say. But we don't have one on here, but again, love how they have this set up. And even the knobs here look really cool. Really, really futuristic, being able to adjust wind direction there. Hazards there. We get 3-stage heated seats on this one for the driver and front passenger. Dual zone automatic climate controls, which we can unsync. Have our temperature set up. And we can adjust on either knob, and then fan speed here. And I love that we have push button, so we can set the auto there, turn the fan on and off, and then we can set where we want the air direction to go here. And then defrosters here, and then these are for the heated mirrors and the rear defrost. And then USB-C, USB-A charge port there. Really big space in here. I like how they did that. You can put your bigger phones here, probably 2 phones if you need to, in that space. And then for the shifter, pull the lever, reverse, neutral drive, then you have your sport. Then you have your low gear there. And interesting, we have buttons for everything, but even in the Civic, I think it had like a drive mode knob there, so you can go between your snow, normal, or econ, depending on what you're on, but you actually have buttons for all of that. So econ is here, and then your sport is going to be there, and then low gear is going to be there. But electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage. Automatic brake hold. To enable that, you got to make sure that seat belt's on, then you push it. And then here you have your cup holders. Center console cubby space is pretty generous. And then you have a 12 volt back in there too. Power sunroof here. Here are all your controls for that. You can tilt or slide it, one touch. And then the slide, it's one touch open, one touch close. Premium dome lights here. You can set those to door on or off. And then sunglasses holder here. Quick view of the back seat from up here. And then back to the steering wheel. Volume controller here. We can use as voice recognition. And then we have a scroll bar to go through the left side of our gauge cluster there. So pretty easy to use. It's either you customize the display or your audio is there. And then you have your settings and all using this scroll bar. And you can go through all of that. So really like how it's set up. Of course you get the 2 scroll bars because this actually has an all digital gauge cluster. But adaptive cruise here, lane keeping system here, gap adjust for that there, and then you can adjust, cancel, all of that. Blinkers are here, and then auto, turn the high beams on, and then your automatic high beams be engaged. You can flash them there, and then you can turn them all the way on from having the headlights on there. And then windshield wiper controller here, one time, intermittent, low, high. You can set your intermittent here, and then just pull up here to get your front wiper fluid. Then our push button starts there. And finally, here is our key fob with remote start. But now on to the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this all-new 2023 Honda Accord EX out on the road for a quick test drive. So really like the Accord's just driving dynamics so far. This road is really rough, but I'm hearing it more than I'm feeling it, which is good. And just really easy to drive all the way around. This powertrain is nice. As much as I don't like CVTs, this one feels really nice, really refined. And overall, pretty quiet in the cabin, even though, as you can see, there are cars driving past all around me. So really just impressed overall. And the ride itself is really smooth. The brake pedal feels really nice. And I actually love how confident this car feels. With it being lower to the ground, it's what I expect, but it just feels very, very easy to drive. I'm not scared that I'm gonna make the tires screech going into a corner. I'm very confident in how this thing handles. Now, it's no race car, but for a front wheel drive vehicle, it's just really impressive. And really just like having the turbo. I'm putting a sport mode. And I've driven another competitor. This would be one competitor of this would be the Chevy Malibu, that its future is kind of up in the air right now, but the 1.5 keeps up to par with that engine, and Chevy did a really good job with that 1.5 turbo. It just has a lot of get up for it not to be the 2-liter. And again, with this Accord not having the 2-liter, this 1.5 does a really good job. Now, would I prefer to have a 2-liter? Of course, but most people, especially if you're in this segment, don't really care. And then, of course, compared to the Camry, the CVT is not terrible in this. And that's saying a lot. So I have a little space here. I'm gonna put my foot down. So really good pull. As you get higher up in the RPMs and get to that sweet spot for the turbo, you could feel it start to just pull. I'm gonna put it in a drive, and I'm gonna put it in the econ mode, and then we'll just use that getting on the interstate and see how the merging power is with just the econ on and no sport. And about the safety technology, this one does have the lane keep assist, kind of like Kia and Hyundai's, where it'll stay on even if you're not using full-on adaptive cruise control, just driving around the city. And I like how this one seems a lot less intrusive, and I would even say a lot less scary than in the Kias. I feel like Kia and Hyundai's, when you leave that one on, it's like pulling you every which way, and this one's just kind of telling you, hey, I'm on. So this is where the lines are. It's not, you know, just jerking me all over the place. And again, just how this car is set up, the brakes feel good. This is a very confident car to drive. Even though it's not meant to be driving how I'm driving it really, it's just really, it feels good driving this Accord. And really quiet while having a nice exhaust note. And there's the auto stop there. Let's give it some throttle here. So again, I'm in the econ mode, giving it a little power, but nothing crazy. And still accelerates very well. And with the lane keep assist, you can toggle that on and off. It's kind of, I wish they still had that main button that was here where you could just turn everything on or turn everything off. But it's kind of separate here on the steering wheel, so it gets kind of confusing. I'll forget I have the lane keep on and turn the adaptive cruise on, or vice versa. And then I'm like, oh, the other one was already on, or oh, I gotta turn that one on separately. But not a big deal. Once you have the car, it makes more sense than how they had it before. But if you're used to driving Hondas, you're used to having that main button that you can toggle everything on and off. But really good ride coming down that stretch of the interstate there. And having the safety features hooked up made it that much more of a joy. And really good brake pedal feel. It just always has more to give, but it's very, very consistent. I'm not having to like fluctuate with how much pressure I'm giving it. So to come to the end of this test drive, of course, the main competitors of this Accord are gonna be the Camry. They're gonna be the outgoing Malibu. I don't think Ford has cars anymore. It would have been the Fusion. Kia's K5, Hyundai Sonata. And this Accord is just a really, really good bargain for the money. Specifically in this EX trim level. Me personally, I would go up to the EXL, get leather. Love having the sunroof though. And just love how everything's set up here. Having the radio, dual zone climate controls, heated seats. Would like to have the leather wrap steering wheel, of course. And really looking forward to getting heated steering wheel. I'll have to test drive a Touring to see if it comes in that, but haven't noticed the heated steering wheel in a Honda here recently. So that's the only thing that would be a big plus for me. Everything else is on point. So if you're in the market for something like a Camry, a Malibu, Sonata, something like that, definitely take a look at the new 2023 Honda Accord EX.